Hey, good afternoon, guys. Ron here, Precision Sails, doing a walk around of a beautiful mainsail. This is a Hunter 36 mainsail that's been pimped out for some offshore racing and sailing here. So 4 full battens, added the offshore package, the radial reinforced corners, as well as 3 reef points. So this is really geared up and ready to rock and roll. Before we take a look at the sail, let's take a look quickly at what comes in the bag here. So a nice blue bag, and we've got sail ties. Your battens come in a coil. When you're going to open those, I recommend you put them flat on the ground. Try to find some grassy area or an area that those can be opened up without springing. Don't do it in your house, and don't do it on the boat. All right. And then spreader patches. That's what that roll is there. Those are spreader patches that will be installed on the boat. And so let's start looking at the sail here. So what we've got here, the clew corner, beautiful clew corner made from wrapped in leather. And notice the reinforcements there with the webbing. And then we've also included this Velcro strap. And this is doesn't have to be used all the time, but in heavier weather, you're going to strap that around the boom and through that clew. And that'll take some of the pressure off. Radial reinforced corners. Here we have here. So you can notice that the way we do our radial corners, and this is a bit different than the average sailmaker out there. We put radial corners on top of our patches. And the reason we do that is that those radial corners are cut. All the material is cut for the laser. And they do tend to get a bit sharp on the edges. So what we like to do is put a patch underneath it and then the radial on top of it. And that protects the sail and performs as it's supposed to. So let's take a quick walk up this leech here. And you'll notice that there's a belt that comes up out of that clew corner, and it will continue past each one of the reef points all the way up the top. That is part of the offshore package, and that is a leech belt, and there's also a luff belt on the other side. Here we are at the first reef point, and I'll just stop at this one as they're all the same. But notice the reinforcements. There is a reef belt that goes all the way across that reef point. So that will replace the foot of the sail, obviously, when you reef it down. And very nicely done. And we'll just quickly kind of walk up and take a look at what we've got here for battens. We've got the nice double draft straight there. You can notice that belt still coming up. Full batten. And there's a good spot to stop up here by the sail numbers. You can see where this belt ends, well past the 3rd reef point. And then let's take a look here at this batten and the way that we've got this working here. So I'll try to open this up with one hand, but this batten configuration is a tie-in batten with a Velcro flap over top. So your batten's gonna come in here. You're gonna follow it up with this. You're gonna use the string and get some mechanical advantage back and forth between those two so that you can put some good tension on that batten. And then you're going to fold it all up so that nothing's sticking out. Again, I did that with one hand. So that's the way that system's going to work. Quite nice. And part of the offshore package here is the double tapes. And then this leech seam wedgie. So this triangle shape here is on top of the broad seam here. And what it does is going to stop that seam from splitting if you get overpowered. So that's an excellent option there for offshore stuff. So let's just scoot in behind here, take a quick look at what this sail will look like with some light behind her. There's the draft stripes. Hopefully you can get a good idea of the quality of this Dacron. This is the 400 series. It's really good, robust material. Excellent choice for what this gentleman's doing with it here. So now let's just walk on down quickly down the luff and a couple of things that I wanted to kind of stop and take a look at. The sliders. Now we use these vinyl and plastic sliders whenever we can. These are much better on the mast track, and the way we sew them on, it's actually by hand stitched on there, and that's so that this slider stays in this position. If it starts moving around, that's when we get jamming issues. So we do use stainless sliders where we need to, right? So these are super strong, and we use them at the full battens as well as at the head, and then the first slider coming out of the tack as well. So that's it, boys. Hunter 36 mainsail, pimped out for offshore racing. And if you're into this kind of thing, give us a call and we'll put a quote together for you.